Hey guys, this is Dr. Hub. In case you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe for updates. Today let's focus on the consent. So under consent, we are going to compare the IPC section as well as the BNS section. So what is associated with the BNS section 25 and the IPC section 87? So here it means that the act is not intended and not known to be likely cause the death or grievous hurt, and it is done by the consent. Done by consent is not an offense. So the act which is not intended or not known to be likely cause death is likely to cause death or grievous hurt. Done by consent is not an offense. So in case it is done by consent is not offense. This is about the BNS section 25 and the IPC section 87. Next we move on to the BNS section 26 and 88. That is the one right next to the number. This is an act done by consent in good faith or for a person's benefit and not an offense. So in terms of person's benefit, so the right next number will be the person's benefit, associated with the person's benefit. So if it is a person's benefit, it is not an offense. Next, right next to the number, you have 27, that is BNC, and the BNS, and then the 89 IPC. So this is associated with, it is an act which is done in good faith for the benefit of the child under 12 years of age. So it is for the benefit and it is under 12 years. So it is under the 12 years of age. And this is or an insane person with the consent of a parent or the guardian is not an offense. So 27 and 89, the BNS 27 and IPC 89 is associated with the age less than 12 years. Next we move on to the next, that is 28 and 90. 28 and 90 is where the consent is invalid in case if it is given under the fear. So this is important, the IPC 90 or the BNS 28. This is when the consent is invalid. So under invalid there are two conditions. The first is when it is given under the fear or the misconception. Other one is when it is given by an insane person, that is mentally an unstable person. Next is we move on to the BNS 29. So what is the BNS 29? BNS 29 is the exceptions in the sections 25, 26 and 27 that do not extend to the acts that are offenses independently of any harm which they might have caused or be intended to cause or be known to be likely to cause to a person giving the consent or on whose behalf the consent is given. So it is nothing but the exceptions to the 25, 26 and 27. Next is the 30. We look at the BNS 30 or the IPC. BNS 30 or the IPC 92. So BNS 30 and IPC 92, this is the act done in good faith without the consent in the following situations. So what does it include? So it is done in good faith. So it includes the emergencies, the person who is incapable of giving consent, and the person who has no guardian or given the consent. So in case of emergency is made, and in case of the person doesn't have a guardian or is incapable of giving the consent. Next, lastly, we move on to the BNS 33 or the IPC 95. So BNS 33 or the IPC 95 is when the act causing a slight harm is not an offense. So in case if we have a slight harm, it is not considered as an offense. To learn and grow daily like this, please do subscribe.